Did you know that some U.S. presidents suffered from rare diseases during their term? Some of them are Woodrow Wilson, John F. Kennedy, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Ronald Reagan, and Joe Biden, that we will analyze more deeply since he is the current president. Today, we'll examine the lives and illness of some of the most influential presidential figures in American politics, and you make your own conclusions. Each of these presidents battled unique health challenges while in office, some of which were rare and poorly understood at the time. The opinion that these health issues affected some of their presidential decisions is divided. It is important that you leave us yours about each president in the comments, since it will be a way to find out how important IDS the health of a president to all of us. Our research begins with the 28th U.S. President Woodrow Wilson, who served from 1913 to 1921. A revered scholar and statesman, Wilson's presidency was marked by significant strides in domestic and international policy. However, his tenure was also overshadowed by a health crisis that raised questions about his ability to govern. In 1919, during his second term in office, Wilson suffered a severe stroke. This was not a minor event, but a life-altering occurrence that left him partially paralyzed and severely incapacitated. His left side was affected, impairing his mobility and limiting his ability to perform even basic tasks. The stroke happened at a time when the president was lobbying for the ratification of the Treaty of Versailles and the establishment of the League of Nations, a peacekeeping organization envisioned to prevent future global conflicts. The timing could not have been more critical. The severity of Wilson's condition was kept a closely guarded secret from the public and even from members of his own cabinet. It was his wife, Edith Wilson, who became the de facto executive, screening all matters that came to the president and deciding which were important enough to bring to his attention. This period in history is often referred to as the petticoat government due to the unprecedented role Mrs. Wilson played in managing the affairs of state. Questions about Wilson's fitness to lead during this time still stirred debate among historians today. Some argue that he was too incapacitated to govern effectively, while others suggest his intellectual capabilities remained intact, despite his physical limitations. The opinion that a severe stroke affected some of their presidential decisions is divided. Leave us yours in the comments. Next, we visit the tenure of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the only U.S. president to serve 4 terms. Roosevelt, or FDR as he was more commonly known, was a beacon of hope during some of the most challenging times in American history, the Great Depression and World War II. But did you know that while he was leading the nation, he was also grappling with a personal health battle? In the summer of 1921, while vacationing in Canada, FDR contracted what was then diagnosed as polio. This viral disease, which primarily affects children, resulted in Roosevelt becoming paralyzed from the waist down. The once robust and energetic man found himself confined to a wheelchair, but this didn't dampen his spirit or halt his political ambitions. Despite his physical limitations, Roosevelt continued to serve his country. He was first elected president in 1932, and his presidency marked a transformative period in American history. However, his physical condition was carefully concealed from the public, with very few photographs or video footage showing him in his wheelchair. This was a deliberate attempt to present the president as robust and energetic, a symbol of the strength that the nation needed during such tumultuous times. Roosevelt's disability did not limit his leadership. He was the driving force behind the New Deal, a series of social and economic programs aimed at lifting America out of the Great Depression. He provided strong leadership during World War II, guiding the nation with a steady hand. Roosevelt's battle with polio was a testament to his resilience. His disability was not a barrier to his success, but rather a catalyst that fueled his determination to serve and lead his country. The opinion that these health issues affected some of their presidential decisions is divided. Leave us yours in the comments. Moving forward, we come to Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th U.S. president. Eisenhower, a decorated military leader before his presidency, faced his own set of health challenges while in office. In the fall of 1955, during his first term, Eisenhower suffered a heart attack. This was a significant event, not only for him personally, but also for the country he led. During that time, heart disease was a major cause of death in the United States. Yet the understanding of the disease and its treatment were not as advanced as they are now. Eisenhower's cardiac event happened at a critical juncture in his presidency, a time when the Cold War was escalating and the civil rights movement was gaining momentum. Despite the severity of his condition, Eisenhower handled the situation with remarkable resilience. He spent 7 weeks in a hospital, but even from his sick bed, he continued to fulfill his presidential duties as best he could. After his recovery, he successfully ran for a second term, a testament to his strength and the trust the American public had in him. However, Eisenhower's health struggles did not end there. 10 years later, in 1965, he underwent surgery for an ilitis-related bowel obstruction. Ilitis, an inflammation of the small intestine, can cause severe pain and complications if not treated promptly. Eisenhower's successful surgery not only saved his life, but also highlighted the advancements in medical science at the time. Throughout his presidency and post-presidency years, Eisenhower navigated his health issues with determination and grace. He managed to lead the country through some of its most challenging times despite the personal health battles he was fighting. The opinion that this health issues affected some of their presidential decisions is divided. Leave us yours in the comments. Fast forward to the 1960s, we find John F. Kennedy, the youngest person ever elected president. A symbol of vigor and youth, Kennedy was known for his charm and charisma. Yet, behind the scenes, he was battling a myriad of health issues, many of which were kept secret from the public. Perhaps the most significant of these was Addison's disease. This rare disorder affects the adrenal glands, which produce hormones regulating everything from our immune system to blood pressure. In Kennedy's case, his adrenal glands were unable to produce sufficient amounts of these hormones, leading to chronic fatigue, muscle weakness, and low blood pressure. It's a condition that requires lifelong treatment and careful management, and it's believed that Kennedy was receiving regular injections of cortisone, a hormone replacement therapy, throughout his presidency. But Addison's wasn't the only health challenge Kennedy faced. He also suffered from severe back problems. A war injury from his time in the Navy had left him with persistent pain, leading to several surgeries. This pain was so significant that it often required him to use crutches. Despite this, Kennedy managed to maintain his image of vitality, often wearing a back brace and using medication to help manage his pain. Kennedy's health issues didn't stop him from leading the country through some of its most challenging times, including the Cuban Missile Crisis and the early stages of the Vietnam War. He inspired Americans with his vision for a new frontier and his commitment to civil rights. Kennedy's story serves as a reminder that appearances can be deceiving. The public saw a young, energetic leader, but behind that image was a man dealing with significant health challenges. The opinion that this health issues affected some of their presidential decisions is divided. Leave us yours in the comments. We arrive at Ronald Reagan, the 40th U.S. president. A charismatic leader known for his wit and charm, Reagan's presidency was not without its health challenges. Despite these, he served 2 full terms in office, demonstrating resilience and a strong spirit. During his presidency, Reagan faced a number of health issues which required medical intervention. In the summer of 1985, he underwent surgery to remove a polyp from his colon. The procedure, though routine, underscored the vulnerability even of those at the height of power. Reagan, however, recovered admirably, returning to his duties with his characteristic optimism. Just 2 years later, in 1987, Reagan faced another health challenge. This time, it was prostate surgery. The procedure was successful, and Reagan again demonstrated a remarkable ability to bounce back. He continued to lead the nation, undeterred by the physical trials he had undergone. It's crucial to remember that these health issues were not minor inconveniences. They required serious medical intervention and periods of recovery. Yet Reagan managed to navigate these challenges while shouldering the immense responsibility of leading the United States. However, Reagan's health trials did not end after he left the Oval Office. In 1994, 5 years after his presidency ended, he publicly announced that he had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. This progressive neurodegenerative disease affects memory, thinking, and behavior, and is currently incurable. Reagan faced this diagnosis with courage, bringing increased public attention to the condition. In the face of these health challenges, Reagan's indomitable spirit and dedication to public service never wavered. His resilience underlined the strength of his character and his commitment to his role as president. It's a testament to Reagan's fortitude that despite these health trials, he is remembered not for his illnesses, but for his leadership, and the significant contributions he made to the country. Again, the opinion that this health issues affected some of their presidential decisions is divided. Leave us yours in the comments. As we continue to Joe Biden, we can see that disease does not discriminate. Even the most powerful individuals can be victims. We've traversed the health challenges of several U.S. presidents, from Woodrow Wilson's debilitating stroke to Franklin D. Roosevelt's battle with polio. From Dwight D. Eisenhower's heart attack to John F. Kennedy's struggle with Addison's disease, and Ronald Reagan's surgeries to Joe Biden's stroke, that we will analyze more deeply since he is the current president. Each leader faced unique health challenges, yet they continued to serve. Our journey concludes with the current U.S. President Joe Biden. A man of many accomplishments and experiences, Biden too has had his share of health challenges. Biden suffers from common health issues including atrial fibrillation, a condition that can lead to heart disease and stroke, and gastroesophageal reflux, a digestive disorder that can cause a range of uncomfortable symptoms. Biden's health has sometimes been a topic of public discussion, particularly during his 2020 presidential campaign. However, he has been somehow open about his health conditions, providing a contrast to some of his predecessors who chose to keep their health struggles private. Many assure that he has suffered stroke and still has not been totally rehabilitated, so we will research more deeply in his condition and what a stroke can cause and let you decide. Mental incapacitation following a stroke can manifest in different ways, and it largely depends on the extent and location of the brain damage. Common mental effects of a stroke may include cognitive impairment. Strokes can lead to cognitive deficits, affecting memory, attention, and executive functions. Some individuals may experience difficulties with problem-solving and decision-making. Aphasia. Aphasia is a language disorder that can result from stroke-related damage to language centers in the brain. It can affect the ability to speak, understand speech, read, and write. Confusion. Strokes may cause confusion, disorientation, and difficulties in processing information. Individuals may have trouble understanding their surroundings or maintaining a clear sense of time. Emotional changes. Strokes can lead to emotional changes including mood swings, depression, anxiety, or emotional lability, rapid changes in emotions. Behavioral changes. Some individuals may exhibit changes in behavior, becoming more impulsive, irritable, or socially withdrawn. Memory impairment. Strokes can impact different aspects of memory, including short-term and long-term memory. Memory loss may affect the ability to recall recent events or information. Recovery from the mental effects of a stroke varies from person to person. Some individuals may experience significant improvement with rehabilitation and therapy, while others may face long-term challenges or never recover. Early intervention, rehabilitation, and ongoing medical care are crucial for maximizing recovery and managing the long-term effects of a stroke. It's important to note that mental incapacitation resulting from a stroke is a medical condition. Again, the opinion that this health issues affected some of their presidential decisions is divided. Leave us yours in the comments. Remember to hit the bell icon to get updates on our latest videos, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section.